my flash on. So you can see there's like a lot of dirt here. Now, some of it's carpet powder too, but I don't believe that is it just straight blowing dirt all over the place. Some of it probably is, if I'm being honest. This probably is it exhausting dust. That wouldn't surprise me, because there is. No, I mean it's not really that dusty in there, but a little bit of this might be from. Because I haven't really cleaned this that much since I got it. I have washed the filters once, but yeah, definitely some stuff getting by filters for sure. So this thing probably does bring the air to pretty bad levels. See, the filter is pretty bad, but not as bad as you'd expect for, I think it has been cleaned for like a couple weeks for sure. Not even vacuumed or tapped out. A lot of hair. This suction release valve doesn't seem to have any issues yet. I don't even know where the air goes into. I think it just goes... Yeah, I'm assuming it goes in through these holes or something. A lot of this dust, I think, is just static. And some of this, I think that's from when I empty it and a lot of dust gets onto the bin back here. That's not all there, that's on the inside, but I think some of that is from like just emptying it and a lot of it getting flown all over the place. But yeah, a lot of stuff gets caught up in here. There's not like the best seal between the bin and right there, which I don't really think there needs to be. But yeah, basically the dirt actually goes around the cyclone, and whatever's fine enough goes into the filter, and then whatever is, well, not fine enough somehow spins and then falls down. Clearly it works, because there's a lot more stuff here than in the filter. You can actually see there's quite a bit in there. A lot of sand. Quite a bit of dust as well. Does have one of those cheesy foam seals that the newer Hoovers have as well. This tool I really like. I use it on his floor bed next to the heater, and I use it on his little square. Plus I'll use it on my mattress sometimes, or just my sheet, because if I'm being honest, I don't do my bedding that often, so vacuuming it is at least better than nothing. I'm not saying I only do it once a year, like once every 2 weeks or something. Probably. I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, yeah, so it works pretty well. It seems to. Some does get caught up on here, but all you have to do is just kind of peel it off and let it get sucked in. Shen. What? Can't tell if he wants to leave or if he... What? So anyways, basically, it's also got this really horrible dusting brush, which is too stiff, so I also use that as an upholstery tool. You can't really expect perfection from a cheaper machine. This is, however, a rubber seal, and you can tell that it works. But yeah, I'm also going to make myself a post-motor filter for right there. You can take these 3 screws out, pop that top cover off, and you can actually make, I'm going to make a little post-motor filter, just for a little bit more filtration. Obviously it's called a Power Speed, pretty much just like a knockoff type thing of the Power Force, and kind of the newer version of the Light Speed. It also leaks around the switch there, which is kind of to be expected. Hey. Why? Nah. He hates it when I do that. Fuck you. Like, we're not friends anymore. No, I'm kidding. No. You can also see quite a bit of dust out here, but keep in mind, it has been getting quite abused lately, and a lot of this is static. So, keep that in mind as well. We've been doing a lot of sanding in our house, and a lot of dust flies underneath my door, and this is just the vacuum I use for this. I pretty much just use for my room and my mom's room, which are the only rooms that get vacuumed consistently. And then for anything else, I just use the Max Performance. But yeah, I've never had it. It hasn't gotten clogged or anything yet. I really like this wand feature where you can hook the end of the hose up there. That is one thing that the Bissells don't have that I think is kind of nice. It does have a 25-foot cord, which is okay. I don't think that's too bad actually for a cheaper machine. But yeah. Sean. Yeah? He wants food. That's what he wants. Right? Is that what you want, Sean? Sean? He's like, shut up. Stop talking about it. But yeah. So, it seems to work pretty well. I like it. I do not regret purchasing it at all. I have no intentions of returning it. I think it's a little bit more interesting than the Power Force Helix. They're both around the same price. I think this one's like $3 more. I think it's definitely worth it. You get a stretch hose, a wand feature, better attachments, better color scheme in my opinion. But the only thing you get with the Power Force Helix is a window, which honestly I prefer not to have the window. I kind of like this cool little textured area. So yeah, this one also I believe has more capacity. Plus it's got better seals, like it seals better down here than the Helixes do. All of this dust is just from emptying it. I'm sure I don't really think it leaks that bad, but I think most of this dust is just from static and emptying it. And then probably a little bit of it is from, you know, just going down through there and out here, maybe getting sprayed on here a little bit, but at least it's going through there and not spewing out to other places. And a little bit back there. Obviously not a sealed system. Obviously this doesn't really seal well up here, but that's why the filter has a nice seal on it. Thing's extra noisy today, isn't it, bud? Is it noisy, Shan? Shan. And whatever vacuum I'm using as a daily driver, it just goes right here. And then whatever vacuum I'm... And this is whatever vacuum is the vacuum of the week. This is the vacuum of the week. But I gotta stop and think, dude, didn't you say you guys are having like a lot of sheetrock dust stuff going on? Yes, but I'd rather tear this thing down to the motor than tear one of my other vacuums down to the motor. This one I've kind of mastered taking it down to the motor, so, you know, it's a little bit, I would just rather use that one. It's power speed, but it leaves really nice lines too. Yep, this is the Cleanview 2, which we did plenty of videos on recently. I mean, it's clearly sat long enough to get dust on it, unfortunately. I have ran it once. It got like a little fine mist of dust from whatever was left in the hose. But yeah. I also did the how to change a belt. This one just needed a new belt really bad. Like really bad. But yeah. Oh yeah, I cleaned up my Max Performance too. See, this is the brand new one, which just has dust sitting on it. And then this is mine, like the one that I use. You can definitely tell. I did polish this bin, but it's not really perfect. But it is better. But yeah. Polished the bin, and then I just gave it a cleaning. I didn't even take it down to the motor because I didn't really need it. I didn't even do anything with the HEPA filter either. I did clean it back in there though. This I don't want to wash because that would just ruin the activated carbon. But yeah, I like this machine so far. But yeah. The reason I don't mind using this one with the sheetrock dust quite frequently, you know, when we actually have big amounts of it out in the hallway, which is where we're working, this is kind of my go-to machine, mostly just because it can handle it. Yes, some does go into the motor, but most of it does just exhaust right into that HEPA filter, so I'm not really too concerned about it. I've used that rewind way more, and it's fine, so. The reason I didn't want to take it down to the motor is because with these newer Hoovers, besides the rewind, it seems like with any vacuum that has like a bare floor thing like this, they make it impossible to service. So you can't just take off the two pieces on the sides like that or that to lift off the body, the main body, to take it off, because obviously you can't get this front housing off because then the body would get in the way and you wouldn't be able to pull it because it would just get stopped by the body. You know, and with the Lightspeed, you pull that yellow cover off very easily with the two screws, and then there's these metal brackets holding it on. And then obviously with these older Bissels, it's just a easy thing here. And then with this Hoover, same thing, like the Bissels, like that. Shark base just flops off, press a button. But yeah, so I don't really like that because there's a lot of dust down in there that I wanted to get at but couldn't. But yeah, it cleaned up nice. Yeah, there's still a little protective thingy on here, I believe. Yeah, there is. Can't leave it on there for too long, eh? Can I put it back on? Okay, there we go. Come on, guys. You do this. Oh, yeah. Professional. All the filters are cleaned out. But yeah. You can tell the difference between just the average consumer polishing their own bin and an original bin. Plus, the bottom is pretty hazed as well. Clean View's just also been sitting here. This I don't ever really want to use. I might use it every once in a while, but it's not really the type of machine I really want to use because it's just putting use on it, and it runs beautifully. So, this power broom I'll use because the motor is already a little on it, but yeah. But I also don't want to use this power room because this window is actually in really good condition. I don't want to ruin that. So yeah, I also cleaned up the V2 a little bit. You can see that's as far as I could reach without taking this vacuum apart completely. They're really annoying to do. Wash the HEPA filter, wash the pre-motor filter, what they say you can't do, but I do it anyways. Just wipe the rest of it down, wash out the bin, wash that net thing. Whole house too, hasn't been touched in a while. This navigator, last time it was touched is when I cleaned it, which it's, as you guys can probably tell, pretty much brand new. Besides still having to take apart the base to clean it. This rewind, which I also polished the bin on, and it looks pretty decent. Just kind of sitting there. Lightspeed as well. All the Kirby's. Smart Vac, which has a new bag in it. And I kind of sort of cleaned it out a little bit. I did take it down to the motor, so I cleaned the motor and stuff really thoroughly, but I didn't do anything else. I'll be honest. These two are doing just fine. But yeah, this thing needs to be cleaned. The front piece for it is sitting right there. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned for more. Peace.